now watching Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
The closest one to you be the first one to do you. Backstab you in the back. Act like he never knew you. We're going to get to all that. But, man, y'all doing too much. Y'all showing out over here on Compton Rick Rock TV. Y'all showing out. Yeah, y'all showing out. Y'all showing out, man. We just made it to 70,000 subscribers. Thank all y'all. We moving up, man. We done gained 200 more subscribers within the last 2 days. That let me know that y'all sharing the content, man. Y'all continue to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Help this channel grow so we can grow together and keep it going. Now, we got BRICC Baby back in the news, man, and this time it looks bad. All this stuff is alleged. I don't know. I wasn't there when most of this stuff that he's been accused for took place, and others wasn't there either. The only ones that know about most of this stuff is all the parties involved. We're gonna get back over here, spin the block back to Poetic Flacco channel. It seemed like he do a whole lot of digging and he put a whole lot of puzzles and things together over there on his channel, and it seemed like BRICC Baby then found himself in a situation where it looked like somebody close to him, maybe a friend, a family member, a homie, somebody, you know, just happened to witness a crime that might have took place and say, you know what, we gonna turn this tape in if you don't kick in some dividends, or if you don't do this or do that. Well, now we all seen this before. Some of y'all that, you know, grew up in the 90s, y'all seen that movie Menace to Society when old boy had that tape and he said, yeah, I'm turning it in. He going to jail. And you know, you got a whole lot of people that's like that. It's cameras everywhere on all your spots, on most of your hangouts. And if a crime go down, you just might have somebody that don't like you, that player hating on you, that wants you out the way and say, you know what, give me that tape. Yeah, let me get that. Let me get that footage, man. Send it to my phone and let me dish it over here to 911. You got a whole lot of people that get down like that, man. But we're gonna get to this content, man. This is Flacco, Poetic Flacco, and this one titled Rolling 60 Crip gave the feds a video of BRICC Baby shooting an op. I don't know if that's true, but we're gonna cover this content, and if it is true, man, that's all bad, man. Y'all gonna have to separate yourself from a lot of people that y'all call y'all partners if this is true. We don't want to spread no false information. This stuff is on the internet. We're gonna cover it. We're gonna all watch it together and see what they talking about. BRICC Baby, y'all know he gonna call home once he get a bar of this. He gonna clear it up. His name been ringing in the algorithm for the last few days, so I'm pretty sure that he gonna continue to keep his name buzzing on this internet until we come home. Man, let's get to this content and we're gonna check it out together. Let's go. All right, let's go check it out. See what they talking about.
Listen, man, the streets is cold, bruh. The streets is not for the weak, homie. Now, it's been confirmed, all right? A Rolling 60 Crip from an organization that BRICC Baby has essentially given his life to told on BRICC Baby. I'm not a gang member, I'm a civilian, all right? So maybe it's not my place to speak on this, but I feel like I kind of have to because loyalty means something. And the fact that BRICC Baby gave his entire life to a particular organization, and the fact that...
All right, let me stop right there. Maybe somewhere in this video, BRICC is going to either indicate that or, you know, give up some info that he was told on by one of his homies. I hope in this video we can get to that part. Because if we don't get to that part, I got to say something. I can't say somebody told on somebody. In this case right here, I can't say that because, like I say, if BRICC don't come out his mouth and say it, then I can't say it. But let's get back to this, man. Let Flacco do what he do his thing. Let's get back to this content.
Somebody from that organization would do him this dirty, would do him this bad. And I'll even go further to say, yo, they're part of the reason this entire Fed case is even on BRICC Baby. Back in 2022, BRICC Baby was going by his day conducting some business. Now, while conducting business, some trouble found him. Now, it's believed that BRICC Baby was conducting business within the 60s, right? Or within an adjacent neighborhood, somewhere he felt safe at. When he was conducting business there, two men approached BRICC Baby. Now, it was unclear what the conflict was about or why those two men approached BRICC Baby, but apparently those two men was familiar with BRICC Baby. There was some rapport there. you can probably make your assumption. Who would BRICC Baby be familiar with that would approach him with conflict within 60s territory? If you look at the court documents, this incident in July of 2022 was mentioned several times in BRICC Baby court documents. Now, the document says, defendant is now charged with multiple counts of possessing firearms and ammunitions, all in violation of 18 USC. The first charge stems from defendant shooting 3 bullets in a business parking lot in July of 2022 to ward off would-be robbers. Now, this is tricky warding, right? Because BRICC Baby was never charged with the actual shooting.
Hey, man, it don't matter if he was charged or not. He did what he's supposed to do. Dudes came to rob and you bust on them. You get applause for that. Yeah. You can literally sit in jail and do your time when something like that happens. Somebody came to rob you, you got cracking on them. I bet they didn't come back and try to rob you again. That's what you're supposed to do. I'll go do my time with honors with that. So this ain't bad. Whether they charged him with him or not charged him with it, if they would have smoked him that night, he would have been out of here. So I would have rather for him and got cracking with that pitch down than got laid down from that chopper, man. Let's get back to this.
BRICC was never charged with shooting somebody. However, what the Fed said was, listen, we found ammunition that belongs to that gun that BRICC Baby fired in the business parking lot in July of 2022. Well, then you have to ask yourself, hold on. How did the feds have record of this? BRICC was never charged for this, never arrested for this. Right. How did the feds know that BRICC Baby fired a firearm in a business parking lot within the 60s?
How did they get the bullet shells? If he was never charged for it, no police never came out or anything like that, how did they get them shells? Whether somebody that he know told on him, they say from his neighborhood or not, somebody gave him them gun shells.
How did they know this? Like, he was never arrested. Police were never called. Like, there was no record of this. The only people who had record of this was BRICC Baby and others around BRICC Baby. Well, we'll get to how the feds knew about this shortly after, right? So then the feds go on and talk about his other charges. The second charge involves all the firearms and ammunition found at his home in June of 2023. Both of these charges followed 5 felony convictions from 2010, 2012, 2014, 2016, and 2020. Goddamn.
Right. Did he do it at 2010, 2012, 2014, 2016, 2020? These were all gun cases. Did he do any time on these? That's a lot of times to go to jail for a gun, man. They usually give you 4 years, especially around this time. That's when they was giving you 4 years with 80% for a gun.
Respectfully, while the pretrial services report includes a long criminal history with out-of-state convictions. When BRICC Baby went for bond, the feds said, yo, he shouldn't get a bond because of his violent history, and they referenced this particular instance. And the Fed says defendant's offenses: possessing multiple firearms on multiple occasions and over 125 rounds of ammunition, some of which he fired, are serious. That defendant fired at would-be robbers in a business parking lot and less than a year later was found with firearms after purportedly pointing them at his partner and child, only confirmed that the defendant should not be possessing firearms.
That boy was out there with them things, man. They did say he pointed them at his partner and child, only confirmed that defendant should not be possessing firearms. Now we seen the content other day where his partner was accused with going outside the relationship. This would be a reason. If this is legit stuff, this would be a reason for her to say, you know what, let me start making my exit route right now. But this state business, man, that's between him and her. Let's get back to this.
Well, how did the feds know this happened? There's no record. He was never arrested for it. He was never brought in and questioned by the local police for it. How did the feds know this incident was even a thing? Well, here's what happened, okay? When the feds had BRICC Baby on wiretap, when they were investigating BRICC Baby, somebody approached them and gave them a tape of this shooting. Somebody had possession of this tape. Now you ask yourself, how did...
Man, you go this far. You go this far, you bring. Who is the somebody? Man, tell him who the somebody is. We need to know who that somebody is who gave him that taste. So we can know to stay away from his ass. Right now, we don't know who he is. No, we don't want to hear to somebody. Who is this cat, man? Put him on blast. Let everybody else get put on blast. Put the dude on blast who passing the tape out. Who passed the tape out? We didn't know who that is.
They get possession of the tape. They weren't there. It was BRICC Baby, two dudes. They ran off and BRICK Baby fire shots and he hopped in his whip and he left. No. This person had access to the business cameras, right? The local business owners, the mom and pop shops that were there, they had cameras. And because this was an incident that took place within the 6-0s, amongst 6-0s, a 6-0 had access to those cameras. A 6-0 got that tape. A 6-0 held that tape in their possession. And a 6-0 told BRICK, hey, I got this tape.
Let's stop right here, man. Let's stop. I don't think it was a 6-0. This is what I think. I think maybe whoever had the spot was working. Yeah, and them cameras was Jimmy rigged up. Automatically seen what was popping. That's what I think.
Now, if you know anything about the situation or you were even connected to it, you know BRICK Baby was kind of concerned that somebody was telling on him. He just always felt it. Like he always felt like, man, bro, like I'm loyal to certain niggas, man, but it don't feel like they loyal to me.
All right, y'all go over to the Flacco page and check out the rest of this. We're gonna send y'all to his page, and then we're gonna get to something else that I seen, man. This is Flacco. Y'all go over there and check him out. But I'm gonna go to something else that I seen earlier, and it seemed like they all kind of knew what was going on in that building. Let's get to this real quick.
Content or something different.
And check this out and see. Did they know? Did BRICK tell these people in the business that he worked at, which is No Jumper, about all this stuff that happened? Because it seemed like it's a whole lot of conversation that been going on with all these people, and they all knew each other's business. And what made me think that is because of this. Let's get to this content.
The real reason that Wack don't like me though is because I just wouldn't, because I don't want to call BRICK a snitch. You feel me?
What's the real reason why he don't like Tupac though?
Pertaining to that, man, y'all seen, man, that man, Flacco dropped some crazy content yesterday, man. The BRICK Baby content talking about that, somebody from out his neighborhood was dangling a shooting tape over his
BRICK
head.
Baby allegedly shooting someone. I mean,
That's an indictment, right?
I'm gonna be real though. Yeah. It's like there are things that people in this office know about, and then there are things that people on the internet know about. For many years now, there has been at least some stuff that some people in the office know about and that the people in the fan base don't know about and that people on the street don't necessarily know about.
What are they talking about? People know about, some people don't know about. Did BRICK come over here and tell these people his business? What transpired with him being in the street life, his street past? I was involved with this shoot 'em up bang bang incident, and this is who I think told on me. Then if that's the case, then we see how Poetic Flacco was able to come to the internet and say they told on him. This is what they listen. Just pay attention. It seemed like BRICK might have got high up in here and ran his mouth, man.
In that particular Flacco video that you're talking about, it's probably his most recent one with BRICK Baby in the thumbnail. I really saw Flacco kind of like either intentionally or maybe like forgetting that there are certain things that haven't really been discussed on the internet. But he also is kind of like,
bam, there it go right there. Sums up what I was just saying. Maybe Flacco forgot that some of the stuff that they discussed wasn't on the internet. BRICK might have told Flock his business.
Substantiating some of them. Like he's mixing in little tidbits of things that he knows that the world doesn't know with audio of BRICK and other things, and kind of like forcing you to sort of put pieces of the puzzle together in a way that I was a little surprised by.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I put the pieces of the puzzle together, and you know, man, like this shit is crazy out here, man. Then I got that alleged name, but who's supposed to dangle it over it, man? It's cold out here, man. You better grab your jacket.
There you go. There you go, man. It seemed like this might be true. Nobody said it was actually somebody from his neighborhood, other than Flacco, but they said they do know who the guy was that allegedly hold the tape over BRICC head. We're gonna get a little bit to more of this, and then we're gonna get up out of here, man.
Damn.
Hey,
It's cold.
I just feel Flacco get way too much chili doing content to even play with your friend, co-worker, and he going through something right now. Like somebody that's desperate for content or something different. Flacco get chili with this content shit. So why even like you could have skipped over this, bro?
But do you think he's saying anything that could f up BRICC's legal situation? Because if he does, then
basically, not to cut you off. No, basically, because I did content on it too. No, Flacco basically was like what Adam saying. He was giving hints to stuff he know, and he was basically like, BRICC Baby was being loyal to dudes who wasn't being loyal to him, and he started seeing that, but to a degree, it was kind of too late. And so he just played the audio from him being the MDC. And if you listen to the audio, he was kind of giving hints about people being mad at him over the situation, with Nip and Shitty and all type of stuff, how he was getting flack, from that and stuff like that. So like on this little thing, no, he wasn't trying to exploit like BRICC or nothing. He was just basically putting it out there like his own homies was dangling the tape over him. He basically somebody allegedly pulled up, he got into a shootout allegedly.
All right, bam. Y'all can go to No Jumper, check out the rest of this. Y'all can double back to Flacco page and listen to the audio of BRICC Baby basically giving hints, letting everybody know exactly what we done heard in this clip right here. Man, anyway, man, leave y'all thoughts in the comment section. What do y'all think about all this, man? Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like I say, I appreciate all of y'all, man. We at 70,000 wow. We gonna push that 70,000 wow for a little minute now. That's something to celebrate about, man. Yeah. Man, I catch all of y'all, man, on the next one. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, Compton Rick Rock TV. Also, hit that notification bell and catch every video when I drop.